Hey, sixth grade, it is day number 11 of career readiness, and today you are going to write out a check and also do a check register / a debit and credit pixel art. We'll get to that daily question later, but we're going to write out two checks and talk about your debit and credit cards. So they're old, because I wrote the words old on there. Here's a debit card and a credit card. What I like to do is kind of go through and what do you think is similar in both of these? So you can pause this video and talk about what is the same. Okay, now, what looks different on both of these cards? Again, you can pause the video and talk about what's different on these. Okay, now some things that maybe you have noticed is they're both a small plastic card. What you can't see is that there is a 16-digit number, which broken up into 4 sets of 4, and you can make purchases with both of those. Never mind, cancel that. Okay, so things that are different on these cards. Actually, maybe I should go back. So things that were the same, people a lot of times say that they're both red, they have the same logo, they have a chip. Never mind, you can't see that. Things that people say are different are, one is horizontal and one is vertical. Horizontal, vertical. Other things that are different is it is slightly different colored reds. This one says Visa Signature, this one says Visa Debit. This one has the little tappy tap thing on it. I call it the tappy tap, but just meaning you can tap it. I think this one had it as well. It was just on the back. So what's the big difference though? That's to come. So a debit card uses a PIN number, which is typically a 4-digit number, and it's kind of like using cash because whenever you use that debit card, it takes the money straight out of that checking account that it's linked to. So it's linked to a checking account. The money comes out right away when you use it as a debit card, meaning you put in that 4-digit PIN. The credit card, typically you have to sign when you use the credit card, but like if you use it at Walmart or a grocery store or something, you usually only have to sign for a certain amount. You don't need to have a PIN number to use it. It's kind of like a loan where you're going to get the things that you want now, but you have to pay the bill later. There is a spending limit on your credit card, so let's say you have $1,000 to spend. You can't spend more than that or you're going to have some fees. And then it'll help you build your credit for any loans that you might want to get in the future or buying a house, buying a car, or just a loan in general. Okay, so we wrote out checks or saw how to write out a check. And it says to write check number 25 to Walmart for $147.13. And that was for groceries on May 12th, 2023. So if I'm writing out that check, I'm going to put the date, May 12th, 2023. Or I could do 5/12/23. Either one is okay. Pay to the order of who's getting my money, Walmart, $147.13. And you have that written out in words. You can put a memo that it's for groceries, and then you sign your name in cursive like we did. I'm looking to see if I have. Okay, so then we're going to write out two checks. First one I have is for Comcast. It's check number 100 for $133.28, and that was for your internet. It doesn't have a year, so we're going to use the current year. And then you have one for Sam's for $10.50, and that's on September 30th. So we're going to write out a check. Here's the check. Give me a second, and you're going to see each of the parts come up on the check. 1 minute. Okay, so it's gonna pop up on the screen, but you are going to be writing this on your own checking account paper, or not checking account, check paper that you have. So make sure everybody has paper. Here we go. So a reminder, I don't have it up here, but it's write check number 100. So we want to look up on the top where it says 100. I didn't make everybody their own check, so it just says super student. And things look slightly different on these checks than we've had. It doesn't have the check number down here on the bottom, which is unusual. You also see that it's from Rome Financial Bank, so that's also a little different. So anyway, back to the thing. Check number 100 to Comcast for $133.28 on 10/23 for internet. I'm going to start with the date. You could either write out October or you could put 10/23/24. Next thing, pay to the order of. So I'm going to put who is getting the money, and that goes above the words pay to the order of. Comcast. Then in the box, you're going to put how much it is. $133.28. Then you have to spell that out in word form, and don't forget to do the line over to the word dollars so people can't add additional words. 133, you don't have to put the word dollars because it's over here, and 28 over 100. Four, I can put internet. Do I have to? No, I don't have to. And then you're going to sign your name in cursive on the bottom right. Okay, once you have finished with check number 100, you have check number 101, which you're going to write out to Sam's for library fines for $10.50 on October 30th. So you should be filling that one out. When you're done, you can turn those papers in. Okay, so after that, you're going to do a check register and a debit credit pixel art. So there are two sides. On the left-hand side, you're going to be doing the ledger part, so you're actually doing math. On the right-hand side, you're going to say if it is debit, credit, or if it's both of those. So the dollar signs are not required on this one. You don't have to put them. So let me show you what it looks like. Okay, check register. Okay, so the first thing that we have up on the top left, you have that the starting balance is $850. We're gonna start with that number. You bought lunch at McDonald's. So if you are buying something, you are spending money. So I'm going to start with my balance of $850, and I'm going to subtract the $11.45 that was spent at McDonald's. I now have $838.55 left. So I'm going to type that in to the box, $838.55. Might take it a minute to load because it's a large file. Part of the image has appeared. Beautiful. Now, to do the next one, you're going to use the balance that you had, so you have to have the correct answer to do the next one. You're now going to pay your cell phone bill. So I'm going to take my $838.55, and I have to subtract, because I'm paying money, $99.32, and I have $739.23. $739.23. Part of the image has appeared. Now on the right-hand side of all of this, you're going to either use the word debit, the word credit, or the word both. So if I put in the word both and it doesn't turn colors, I'm going to try different word. Still didn't work. Okay, just keep trying until it changes colors. That is how to complete today's. Now, if you are on the left-hand side, you always have to use the previous number. Always. If you're depositing money, it means you are adding. This is a big problem for some people, so let me just put this. Adding paychecks. 1115. You do not have to put commas in. That is how to complete today's pixel art. Now, something else that you need would be today's word of the day is debit, and that means to remove money from an account, typically as a payment for services or goods. That's your daily question today. So, two things. One is to turn in your checks that you wrote out. Okay, and the second one is you're doing the debit, credit, and the check register pixel art. When you have it done, make sure you turn it in on your Google Classroom. Otherwise, I won't be checking it. All right, that's all I have for today. Hope you have a wonderful day.